I'm going to turn you down for just a second. Good evening from Blue Devil Gymnasium on this Tuesday night. It's time for Blue Devil basketball, Western Big Six style. And good evening as we have a makeup tonight on this Tuesday night that was not scheduled on the regular broadcast out here. It was earlier when we lost the Moline game. Also, we lost the Rocky game that week as well. 6 games have gone by since, and at this point, the Devils come in 21-2, 7-1 in the conference. On the other side, the Maroons, the defending state champions, 19-4 and 7-2 in the conference. These two teams played each other last year, and yes, we're talking about last year because we have not played these guys yet. The Devils lost both games, lost the first one 56-44. That was at Wharton Fieldhouse on December 16th. Then on February 3rd, the Devils lost 57-46 in that one. And of course, as we know, the Maroons went on to the state title. Speaking of state titles, we got a couple of them here, and we've got a guy, Coach Pettit, who has been around state title guys. Coach, should be a great one here tonight on this Tuesday night.
Well, yeah, and we sit there and look at it. The only difference between the Moline team this year and last year is the two kids playing for Iowa. You know, Harding and Freeman. So I tell you what, but they picked it up. They've gone through, and then they're still playing the same type of competition every night that they're supposed to be playing. So this is going to be a good game tonight. They've lost 2 in a row. They're going to come in with a little chip on their shoulder. So Blue Devils better be ready tonight.
Of course, we had 4 starters from Moline graduate that year, not only Freeman and Harding, also Jasper Ogburn. He was the key guard that played defense so tough, and Grant Welch, who could shoot from outside. So 4 of the starters there. Hey, we had a chance to talk to Coach Douglas, first of all, before the ball game. And here's what Coach Douglas had to say about tonight's game. And welcome back to the pregame show, powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. With me, the skipper of the Blue Devils, Andy Douglas. And, Coach, here we go with a busy week, but it starts right here with a rescheduled game against Moline. Last year, of course, they got state title. We've known Sean for years. They've graduated a bunch of guys. But, you know, they beat us twice, and I know we got to go through them and Rocky to win the title.
Yep, it starts with tonight's game, and our guys have been preparing for it, ready for it. I actually had a chance to prepare a couple times for this game, so like where we're at, I think our guys are pumped about the opportunity, especially here at home, so looking forward to it.
Well, we had about 6 games from the original scheduled game out here on this one. We look at their team, of course, they played a tough schedule too. They lost a couple of tough games in there. Graduated 4 seniors. We knew all of them were good, but you still got Freeman and Taylor, and Taylor's been a load the last couple of years, and I'm not really sure who's the supporting cast this year in your scouting report.
Yeah, no, it's those 2 guys for sure. They got a couple other guys that they can plug in that, you know, do things well for them, but those are the 2 that we really got to look out for. You know, inside, you know, they can stretch the floor out, play from the perimeter as well, like to go off the dribble, spin moves, so our guys are going to have to be ready to guard tonight, and luckily we've had a couple really good practices this week.
Yeah, that's a key there. Glad to watch a little bit of the practice the other day. And, you know, I saw there's a smaller Welch, too, and I'm sure that was the brother of the one Grant that just graduated. So, you know, Grant was one of those good shooters, so I imagine his younger brother's a player, too.
Yeah, more of an outside guy than, you know, and you know, kind of like Welch was back in the day, too. They all seem to be able to put the ball in the rim.
All right, so to go the rest of the week, not looking forward or anything like this. We've got a busy week because we got East Moline. Yeah. The only reason I mentioned East Moline, they turned around last night and beat Sterling. So at any time, people are beatable.
No doubt about it. You know, every game you can't take lightly, and, you know, we learned our lesson from that last week. So the attention to detail that we're going to have on both sides of the ball tonight, it's going to be extremely high, going to have to be extremely high. To knock out, you know, what's a motivated team coming back and playing in the place where Sean used to coach. You know, I know their guys are motivated to come in here and pick up a win, and our guys have a little more motivation.
Sounds like a winner. Well, we'll catch you after the ball game. Good luck, Coach.
All right, thank you.
And that's Andy Douglas. His comments are powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. When we come back, it's the Blue Devils and the Maroons right here on megasportscode.com. And we thank Andy Douglas for his comments out there prior to the ball game as we had a chance. And, of course, they are powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. as we get ready for tonight's game here. We also had a chance to talk to thank you, Coach. We also had a chance to talk. I wish I had Bruce Terstegi in here. Our former producer is showing up tonight to hang out with us. Always love to see Bruce. We also had a chance to talk to Sean Taylor tonight, and we had a nice 5-minute interview. And, Coach, I'm going to pull that up right now, and here's what Coach Taylor had to say. And welcome back to the pregame show, of course, powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. With me, the head coach of the Moline Maroons, Sean Taylor, of course, a familiar face here at Quincy, and more importantly, a state champ that's been carrying that trophy around this year, even though you still got to play. Congratulations on last year's fantastic year.
Thank you. It was obviously a thrill. Great kids, obviously really good players, but unbelievable to be around. It was a lot of fun in a lot of different ways.
And, of course, we take a little bit of part of that, too, being a Western Big Six school. We really believe it. And, of course, you being a former coach here, it was really fun watching along the way. And I know you probably got a lot of calls and comments from everybody down here in Q.
Yeah, there were a lot. There's so many good people here and so many knowledgeable basketball people here. So it was great to hear from them. And, they, of course, ended up, but the 81 team was better. So, okay, that's fine. But it was fun hearing from a lot of people, especially a lot of the former players. It was great that they reached out and great to catch up with them and what they're doing with their families now.
Of course, unlike college or pro teams, you got to lose them. They got to graduate and go on to college. 4 starters are out of the lineup this year. So this year's been a little bit different, although you've got some good keys back from last year. Taylor, who has been strong the last few years, and then you got Freeman's younger brother as well.
Yeah, so we're different. Like you said, we graduated 4 seniors, and then our 6th man was a senior. So, we knew it was going to be some growing pains, and we're young, but I like our guys. I think we're building in the right direction. I think we're going to be really good next year. I think we're good this year. We got to continue to get better and a little tougher this year, but I think next year we're going to have a dynamite team, and again, blessed with great kids, but we got a couple really good freshmen. We're starting a freshman point guard tonight. He reminds me a lot of some of the small, like a little Mike Rudd back in the day, so he's got relatives. Cole Abbey and Everett Abbey are his relatives, so I think a lot of Quincy fans will like watching Arthur Abbey the next 4 years.
One thing I don't want to watch, as Jim Bearden said, these silent assassins when they were freshmen and sophomore. Your son and Harding, they were so good. They handled the ball so well, passing more than shooting, I always felt like. And that was a nice duo there.
It sure was, and they knew they had great chemistry. They knew where they were at all the time, and they liked playing together. You could just tell that they got along, and they played a lot, not only on Friday nights, but in the summer and open gyms. Their gym raps still in the summer. They get in Wharton and keep on honing their game and getting better.
There you go. Now, your son, I asked about last time, where's he at in his college career?
He's at Monmouth. He's a sophomore. They're having another good year. He had a really good year last year, and they got IC at IC tomorrow, so we'll see if they can take on the Blue Boys.
Good deal, and of course, it's got to be proud to watch the Iowa guys. I have not looked at the roster or the pictures. All I heard, maybe Coach Burner told me this, that when he saw Harding, he goes, the dude's got tattoos all over his body now.
Yeah, he's tattooed. He graduated, so he tattooed. They all got meaning for him, so if you got an hour to sit down with him, he'll explain every one to you. But he's doing great. Owen Freeman has been the 7-time Big Ten Freshman of the Week, so they're both doing great there.
Awesome. My daughter's the same way with the tattoos, so I don't say a word. She's got some really nice ones. It's out of my realm. I thought about it one time, and then I went, no way. And so
I'm old. It's a different generation, but to each their own, huh?
Indeed. In fact, I think in our generation it was all in the service, and they were those ugly green ones. I said, I don't need that on me. So, all right, away from the tattoos and all this. So how's this year been on the road with the team? I know we talked about it being a new team. Are they learning, growing along the way as you expect them to?
Yeah, we're getting better and better. We had a tough weekend last weekend, but we got beat by 2 at Rocky, got beat in overtime against DeSmet. So, these guys think it's the end of the world. And I'm thinking, well, those are 2 good programs and 2 good games. We'll learn from it and get better. But so hopefully we can keep their heads from dripping a little bit. And they need to understand that there's other really good programs and teams out there, too. And it's sort of fun competing against those. Like, it'll be fun tonight.
Well, that's one thing that we say after every one of our games, too. Early in the season, late in the season, nobody won or lost the state tournament tonight. So during the season's that learning to get ready for the postseason, then you turn it on.
Yeah, and you're hoping to learn and get better and improve and practice every day. And what do you need to do to finish out those games? And, that is the key thing. And we'll see if we have learned from that. And we also tell them, the other team's preparing to win too. So, they got good players, good coaches too. So it'll be fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, good luck tonight. It's great to see you in town. Of course, we'll be up at Wharton to catch you as well here in a couple weeks as we got the back-to-back. At least we don't have you 2 out of 3 days like Rocky on there, but look forward to it. Good seeing you.
Quick turnaround. Great seeing you. Thank you.
All right, of course, that's Sean Taylor, the head of the Moline Maroons. And when we come back, it's the Blue Devils and the Maroons right here on MegaSportsCo.com. And welcome back. We thank Coach there as I will help out there. We're going to do a little check-in here. Yeah, I do have that, Coach Pettit. Anyway, Coach, you heard from both the coaches there. It was great to hear from Sean. Of course, he got to share a little stuff since last year. What do you think about tonight?
Well, I think this is going to be one of those games to where Moline's coming in. They've kind of got a bad taste in their mouth from over the weekend. Losing, at the Rock Garden, by 2, and then, traveling down to Pinckneyville and, playing a very good St. Louis Met team. Hopefully I pronounced that right, and lost in overtime by 4. I think they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder, kind of like the Blue Devils did. After, they lost to Sterling up there, they came back and played a much better game against Batavia. So,
or TW?
My biggest thing is to, you're going to have to come out and match the intensity, of Moline coming out, because I think they're going to come out with a vengeance, especially, after last year. They feel like they can beat the Blue Devils because they beat them twice. Obviously, we got a couple of kids missing, and plus Ogburn, the defensive specialist. But, I think Quincy High is a much better team. And, from what I've seen from Moline and who they played, they're a better team also.
And it should be a great matchup here. Sorry, their coach. We're helping out the Moline guys there a little bit. So it's always nice when you're on the road and there's technical problems that you can always be there. Hey, speaking of the conference, right now Rock Island's leading the conference at 8-1. Yeah, you're in there, 8-1. 7-1 for Quincy. We're a half game behind. 7-2 Moline. Then Sterling 6-3. We go East Moline 5-5, and then Galesburg, Alleman, and Geneseo are all at 1-8 right now. And more importantly, East Moline beat Sterling last night in that ball game. It was 54-45 for a 9-point victory. Galesburg beat Geneseo 69-34. And the only other game tonight other than ours, Alleman is playing Galesburg. So Galesburg got 2 back-to-back games. Oh, check that. Alleman got back-to-back playing Geneseo and Galesburg. And, of course, it's time now for our national anthem. So we will stand up, put our hand across our heart, take our hat off, and honor our country with the national anthem. And of course, that's our Quincy High band. Checking the starting lineups here, Coach, as we get ready for this one. I swear they had number 24 up there, and I don't see a number 24 on my program, so we'll double check that when we get through the guys for Moline.
Is that Agunabi or whatever? He's like a 6'2" senior.
Right, he's a number 34. It's number 24
34,
we're missing there.
okay.
Yep, 34 is in there. We'll double check that here in a second when they call his name out. Leading the way for the Maroons, number 5, Braden Freeman. He leads the team in scoring. Coach will tell you all about him. He is a 6'6" junior. And of course, Trayvon Taylor wears number 22. He is a stud. He's a 6'5" senior.
That's going to be our tough guard of the night right there. And I'm thinking Keyshawn's going to have to guard him. We'll see.
And they list out number 22, Trayvon Taylor, we mentioned. They also have the freshman, number 10,
Freeman.
Arthur Abbey in there, 5'9". And then, as we mentioned, coach number 34, Fanablo Ajabeda, and he is 6'5". And we've got a number 24 in there tonight, Coach, and I don't have anybody on my program except for William Wren on the junior side, but he's only a 6-footer, so we'll double-check that here first chance we get. And, of course, the coach is Sean Taylor.
Former Blue Devil coach. Once again, 2 state championships with 2 different programs, Shelbyville and Moline. So, historic coach in the state of Illinois.
And with that, we're going to be quiet for the Devil now and allow the presentation.
That's what they missed. Section up there going crazy. And then something going there.
And now time for the Blue Devil lineup. Starting off at the point, it's number 3. He's a senior, 5'10", Ralph Wires. Also a senior, number 4, 6'5", Camden Brown. Our 3rd senior in a row, number 10, Tyler Sprick. He's a 6'3" senior. Then we got the 2 juniors. Of course, Bradley Longcore, the 3rd. He wears number 12. He's 6'4" and growing. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 42, Keyshawn Thomas, the big man inside. He is a junior, 6'6". Of course, the Devils are coached by Andy Douglas, assisted by Ryan Brown, Bruce Bonas, and Tom Lepper. And of course, Nate Hessler at half court. He is our Blue Devil for this year. doing a fantastic job. Good crowd out here. Devils will be wearing their home white, trimmed in blue. The Maroons, what color do you think they wear, Coach? Maroon, maybe?
Yeah, well, you know, I tell you what, I look at this, and Taylor's going to be the tough guard for the Blue Devils. And who's going to step up to match up with him, because he's 6'4", very, very physical, very, very quick. So, you know, will it be Keyshawn and him? Will it be Sprick? You know, and then people going at him, but number 22 is the guy to watch tonight for Moline.
And Jeff Wellman along with Dave Pettit here. Of course, you're listening and watching MeccaSportsCode.com.
Best game in the state of Illinois tonight at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Number 10 versus number 3, 4A.
Well, I'll tell you what, I still would like to know who number 24. He's going to jump center. And we do have Ajabeda in there, and Ajabeda is 6'5", so this guy is every bit of
6'8", 6'7", 6'8".
Right, we're going to have to figure that one out. Keep a listen out, Coach. Moline wins the tip, and with the basketball is Taylor. Ball was tipped out of bounds, but it went off of Taylor's knee. The officials communicate together. It's Blue Devil basketball.
Trayvon Taylor's the guy we got to watch, because very quick, and they're going 1-3-1 to start. Probably three-quarter court for Moline with their length.
Devils in the half-court set now. At the point is Wires along with BO3. In the right corner, Brown with the ball. Flashing up was Thomas. Thomas got the ball, turned and threw it to the lane. Nobody was there. And our Phantom number 24 with the steal. Maroons with the basketball. Devils playing man-to-man tonight. They have been playing predominantly man-to-man. Taylor gets the ball. Yes, Thomas is going to guard him. Down in the block, double team comes out. Thomas turn around, and Thomas with a nice, Taylor with a nice shot, and the first point of the ball game. Back in the 1-3-1, half court. Abby's in the middle in the 1-3-1, around the free throw. Taylor's on the left side of that, and Freeman's on the right side. Then running the baseline is Ajabeda.
You got to be much better passer, you know, ball fakes than what we just saw.
Devils with the ball on the right side. Touch pass down in the short corner. Into the paint, Sprick. He kicks it back out to Brown. Camden picks it up, back to the top of the key. Here's Loncourt from 25, just off the front of the iron. Good look at it. BL3 misses. Rebound by Taylor for the Maroons. In the set, Abbey, who is related to Everett Abbey and the former Blue Devils, as we heard Coach talking about that earlier. Sprick picks up Ajabeda. Back out here to Taylor. Taylor's got nice size, too. He looks like he's grown a little bit as well. Strong player. He goes down in the block. Good pass from one side to the other, but Ajabeda coming in from the corner, couldn't handle it. Turnover. Devils get the basketball. Good crowd out here tonight. Devils coaching staff in their white pullovers in khakis tonight with their white and blue shoes. BL3 at the point. 2-guard offense for a 1-guard defense out front. Wires in the right corner. Camden Brown, no good for 3. Weak side, Tyler Sprick with a strong rebound.
Offensive rebounds are going to be very big for the Blue Devils against this 1-3-1.
BL3 finds Brown coming in from the right corner, and Camden scores for the Devils. Give BL3 the assist. Camden gets the first score. That's always good if you can get him in the scoring column early.
Well, you got to slash to the hole. Offensive rebounds, then you got to attack.
Devils back in man-to-man. Back to the high post. Goes left side to Ajabeda. Sprick guards him. Brings it out to the free throw line. He'll go left side to Abbey. Abbey's got Wires on him. At the left wing, down to the left corner. Has to come back out to Taylor and back to the top of the key. Works to the right side. Good job by the Devils. Still can't figure that 24. We'll get him as we hear the first time he scores. Maybe he won't score tonight.
Or
right side. Shot taken. Exactly. No good. Weak side rebound. Bounces on the floor. Wires comes up with it. Ralph's going to go coast to coast. He does, but just doesn't get it over Taylor. It touches the rim. Rebound Abbey, and off go the Maroons.
I like the aggressiveness after the Blue Devils get the defensive rebound, take it to the hole.
Freeman goes inside, and Freeman with the score. Of course, Freeman, his brother playing at Iowa. Owen a little bit bigger. Camden. And it was a good pass But Keyshawn was in the short corner. When he stepped back, he stepped on the baseline. Now substitutions. We knew 14 might come in. That's Wood Carey. We got the warning on that a little earlier. Also in the ball game for the first time, number 25, Peyton Olmstead. Olmstead's averaging about 6 or 7 points a game, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. 8.8 and about 5 boards.
On the left side, Taylor with Thomas on him. Brings it out in front, behind the back dribble. Tries to get inside, loses the handle, and it goes Devils' way. So a couple mishandled ball by the Maroons gets the Devils the ball back, down 4-2, 4:37, as each team feels each other out in the first quarter.
Well, that's a couple of big, strong kids going at each other with Keyshawn and Taylor.
Wires across the timeline on the right side. Skips it over to BL3. Bradley brings it in. Sprick's in the left corner. He's taking a shot. No good on the three. Could have got a foul.
Thought he got fouled. Yeah.
I did too. Thomas kept the ball alive. Longcore was in there. And I think it's going to be Wood Carey, as Carey reached down when Longcore was on the ground and grabbed a hold of him. So our first foul of the ball game, number 14 for the Maroons.
That was a scrum like in the middle of the
Ball was going to the corner. Good defense by the Maroons, but the ball fell right down in front of Keyshawn, and he put the easy bucket in. Give the assist to the Maroons on that one.
Well, they tried to throw the ball in the corner, and Taylor got his hands on it, then tried to throw it behind his back right to Keyshawn for an easy bucket.
Now, Taylor will get the assist then. 4-4, and there's 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Wood Carey starts the drive, kicks it out in the corner. Abbey in the left corner, his shot. Oh, hits the iron 4 different times.
Whoa.
And we've got a push. And Keyshawn was doing a good job on Taylor. Taylor's going to be whistled for the foul. Or is it?
Yes.
Yep.
We're coming down this way.
It just took a little while for him to put it up on the board. Second foul on the Maroons. First one on Taylor. Nice to get him in foul trouble because he's
I'm
stud.
going to tell you what, it's going to be fun watching those two go at it tonight.
Devils had the basketball across half court. Left side Wires. Looked at a 35-footer and knew that was out of his range. But now he takes the 30-footer. Just in and out. Maybe not quite 30, but it was 28 for sure. And it really wasn't that bad of a shot because he was wide open. We don't want to take that early.
Keyshawn on Taylor.
Keyshawn with a steal. It goes to Brown. Oh, Brown goes in, and he got cut by Abbey. Abbey cut him at the knee. And, of course, he's got that sore knee from the football injury 2 years ago. Abbey will commit his first foul in the third against the Maroons. And Camden will go to the line to shoot 2. That was a little bit of a scary moment there.
That was an ugly cut.
And I understood what he was trying to do, but you had a guy going hard to the basket.
Yeah, you don't do that. You go high. Don't let them get the ball up on the rim. You don't cut them low.
I always hated that, too, when guys who could jump got up in the air, and young guys would come in, small guys would come in at their feet. And, when you bump somebody down low.
You don't do that. That's not good basketball.
Substitutions. In the ball game for the first time, 3, Taylor Lewis. Ajabeda comes back in. Taylor is still here. Also back in the game is Freeman. And Wood Carey stays in as 2 free throws for Camden Brown. He's got 4 points. The Devils lead 6-4. Approaching 3 minutes left, first quarter action. Wellman and Pettit. Lots of basketball this week. We'll go over it throughout the broadcast. Devils still man-to-man. Freeman with the ball, skips over left side, Ajabeda. Down to Wood Carey on the left wing. Devils still man-to-man to Taylor. Popping up behind the screen was Freeman. Freeman looking. Braden bounces it inside. Almost out of bounds, but Taylor did a great job of bringing it back. But then when he bounced it, yes, Taylor got a good job of bringing it in and then turned around and stepped on the line himself.
Nice look by Freeman down low. Taylor just couldn't quite get to it. So, and they're 1-3-1. You have Taylor and Freeman on the wings of the 1-3-1. And then Carey down low running at 6'2" on the baseline.
Does a good job. And, of course, Ajabeda out front. On the right side, BL3 goes inside Thomas. Thomas makes a turn. I thought we'd have a jump ball. And it really was. Wood Carey, you had Freeman behind him, and Wood Carey reached up and grabbed the ball. Keyshawn had nowhere to go with the ball.
That was one thing when you look at Keyshawn, if you rip it low and get some space, shot fake, and then left hand, clear the hip, go to the basket. He tried to go up through 3 Maroons, and that wasn't going to work.
From the right corner, BL3 hits a 3. Tyler Sprick set it into BL3 coming off a screen. He's got his first shot of the game. Devils lead 9-4. They're on a 7-point run.
He's been on a good shooting streak for the last 2, 3, 4 games.
You got it. I mean, that's smooth. You don't jinx that kind of thing. You can say that all you want. When you're getting a smooth shot like that, keep putting the ball up.
Well, when he misses it, it looks good.
Dom Clay came into the ball game on the last break, so the lineup is right now a taller lineup. BL3, Sprick, Brown, Thomas, and Clay. Clay reaches on that one instead of sliding down on Freeman. So the first foul against the Devils, Dom Clay. 1 on the Devils, 3 on the other side for the Maroons. 2:06 left in the first quarter.
Move your feet on defense. Don't reach in.
Yep. And if you move your feet and then you have your hand there, you might get the ball then.
Well, you move your feet, get them up for deflections, and then your teammates will get it, and then you'll get the layups.
Thomas had a deflection right there on the inbounds play, but Brown wasn't ready for it. Freeman was ready. He missed the shot, and then coming away with the rebound is Thomas. Here come the Devils. BL3. Oh, a good no-look pass to Thomas. He's in traffic. He's getting big, and he went strong. Good move there against Marcus McQueen.
Well, Keyshawn gets down low, and he's 6'6". He's going against 6 foot. He's going to take advantage of it.
And that's the problem with the 1-3-1. If you don't have somebody in that back row that's quick and about 6'4", running it, even 6'2", when they get it in low, you're in trouble.
Well, you have to have a physical 6'2", because they're going to have to guard the block and or get out to the corner. It's got to be your best defensive player. And if your 6'2" guy has got to go against 6'6", he got to make sure he keeps him out of the lane.
Yeah, Wood carries a little shorter there, so he's quicker, but he doesn't have the height.
Well, he's 6'2", but he's thin. Against Keyshawn, that ain't going to work.
BL3 tried to go through the defense. Hand got on it. It almost hit the board and came back down to Thomas. Another break, but in the transition, here's Freeman missing the shot. Sprick gets it out to Brown. Brown's going to go all the way in. He does the Eurasian, misses it, but Brown gets it back. Brown misses again, another rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line. Camden missed it as he crossed over from the right to the left. It was a good move, and then he stole the rebound from BL3 and said, wait a minute, this is my shot.
Yeah, and, well, you like to see the aggressiveness, especially on the offensive glass, for the Blue Devils, because that's been missing the last couple games, with them, attacking the offensive glass, because that's going to be easy baskets for them.
Well, we talked about it. It's been really the Keyshawn show inside, and we haven't had other guys in there. Camden was in there with about 3 rebounds the other night of the remaining 7. Camden hits the first.
And as tall and as long as we are, the offensive glass, especially coming on the weak side, when you're shooting threes on the other side, that should be easy baskets for the Blue Devils.
Camden, his second free throw is good, so he's 4 for 4 for the line. He's got 6 points. Devils have 13, and they lead by 9, 13-4. Approaching 1 minute left, first quarter action.
Very good job defensively by Blue Devils here in the first quarter.
Ajabeda with the basketball, comes back out to Abbey. Skips over to this side. That's Amstead still in the ball game. Still looking for number 24 as he cuts to the basket. Turns, shoots, no good. Air balls at the opposite side. Dom Clay for the Devils. Inside a minute with a 9-point lead. BL3 with a check, and then he takes a long shot. Good looking shot from even that distance. Did not make it.
Good looking shot. We had 2 guys on the offensive glass. Almost got the rebound.
Wow, that was acrobatic for Arthur Abbey as he broke the Devils' 11-point run with an acrobatic shot with defense. Left corner, Camden Brown being double teamed.
Get it out.
And doesn't get it out in time. Ajabeda knocks it away, and as we mentioned, you cannot let them get to you and set that screen. Abbey in the left wing, down to 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Out here now to Freeman. And we're going the other way. We've got a screen on the opposite side, an illegal screen, and with a forearm.
That's one thing about this team from Moline. You have championship experience with 4 or 5 of these guys, so they're going to give you everything they got. And 7-point lead, heck of a first quarter by the Blue Devils.
Down to 4 seconds. Devils have it. 2 seconds. Sprick. And Sprick had his shot blocked. Might have had a piece of hand, but it was after the blocked shot, so the buzzer goes off. Devils don't get a shot off. We have played 1 quarter at Blue Devil Gymnasium. The Blue Devils 13, the Maroons 6. And this is Wellman and Pettit on MeccaSportsCo.com.
I'm good now. Oh, Jay will
And we're back to action here. As I was checking here, it's funny, I don't even have the guy that's actually number 24 is not even listed on a roster. He is listed as Awour, A-W-O-U-R. We couldn't understand his first name, so we're going to go with that. But I love it when you get a couple guys in there that are not in the roster. But we've played one quarter here. Maroons will have it to start off. Devils will have a 13-6 lead as we go into the second quarter. Maroons have the basketball. It's Abby and Olmstead. Also Carey. Rounding out the lineup. Checking in. We got a new guy in there, number 13, Hendricks, for the first time in the ball game. Ball goes down in the block. Turnaround from Awour. No good. Weak side rebound, Tyler Sprick.
Good defense by Camden Brown on that one.
Still got the big lineup in there. Sprick, BL3. Dom Clay goes into Thomas. Thomas, the turnaround shot, no good. Camden's the other guy that was in the right corner going for the rebound. Here come the Maroons. Wood Carey goes all the way in. Carey's going to hit the shot, and he's going to have a chance at an and one. It looked like Sprick was coming over trying to help out. Oh, was that called the other way? Wow.
Coach Taylor's face getting a little red on that one.
I was with him. I had an and one.
Yeah.
They call an offensive foul on Awour.
Well, I think one thing Quincy should do, if they can get the ball in the middle, but I would love to get the ball in the middle with Bradley Longcourt in the third.
Longcourt does go driving in. He finds Thomas under the basket. Thomas came out from behind the basket and missed the shot. He's been doing a good job being behind the basket and going out in front. This one was no good, and then Keyshawn fouled.
But one thing you can do, if you can have two people that can handle the ball up front and go back and forth against the 1-3-1, and then have Longcourt like Keyshawn's doing right now, catch the ball at the free throw line, and then let him create, and pass out for the open shooters and have kids, hitting the offensive glass. I think it might work out a little better. But you got to have the two guys out front.
Carey tries to make a drive against BL3, loses the handle on the ball. So that's about the third or fourth turnover that really has not been forced for the Maroons. Still coming out with their point, Awour.
Well, Blue Devils doing a good job on the defensive end with their active hands.
Comes left side, Dom Clay. They look to double team when it does come out there in the corner with the low man and the high post, or the outside guy on the 1-3-1. Brown with the ball.
Certain times out front they'll do it too.
Wood Clay came out in the corner, knocked the ball away from Keyshawn. Keyshawn looked like he wanted to foul. Hey, the ball is still your ball. Get back on the post and don't worry about it. Clay to trigger. 6:29 left in the half. 13-6. Devils with a lead. Good crowd here at Blue Devil Gym tonight. Longcourt missed the shot, but the weak side rebound came to Thomas. He passed it off to the weak side, and Clay did a good job of hesitating, giving a fake, and then taking it with the left hand out in front of the basket.
Very nice offensive rebound by Dom.
Very patient on that one with Dom, too.
Well, you've got to be. You get down low, you give them the head fake, and they'll go up in the air. Then when they're coming down, you go back up. Easy basket.
Problem is, Dom fouled on the other end. That's his second foul, so he'll take a seat with 6:14 left in the half. Ralph Wires comes back in, so it is Wires, BL3, Sprick, Brown, and Thomas. Abby starts the drive. Wires stops him. Abby's on the right corner with a crossover. Now goes baseline. Sprick came to help. And before the ball got sent out to the left wing, it was, I think, Sprick slapped down, or actually Wires slapped down.
Wires slapped down, yep.
The ball got in close, so obviously Wires were a little worried about it, but the ball went from the right block all the way to the left wing, where Carey was sitting out there ready to take the shot.
I've been in Ralph's situation where they've dribbled. Then they pick it up, they're like, I'm getting the ball out of your hands, and he just got a little bit too aggressive on that one, but that's okay. How many fouls we got on Ralph? One?
Just one.
Okay, we're
3
good.
fouls on the Devils in this quarter, 0 for Moline. Missing the free throw is Abby. He'll have one more. That's the first free throws on the night for Moline, so they are 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. 15-7 is your score. Devils with the lead. Just inside 6 minutes. Stick around for halftime. We'll break this one down. Talk about the Western Big Six and talk about the whole week of basketball. A lot of girls basketball coming up, and the boys as well as we cross town. Camden Brown, right side. Gets around, pops it over to BL3. In the left corner, Wires passes up a 3. Brings it out. BL3 will now take a 23. Good! I tell you, as we know, good shooters keep shooting. And when BL3's shooting, if he's just missing, keep firing him.
Once again, the inside touch. Ralph Wires driving, hitting the paint, and then passing it out for a wide open look.
Carey does way too much dribbling. He brought it in the paint. Tyler Sprick was there, and then on the scrum, the ball shoots out, and Freeman sitting right there on the left side for an easy basket. That's just bad luck there.
Well, yeah, I mean the effort was there, and that's all you got to look for the Blue Devils, effort on the defensive end and on the glass. And what we've seen so far tonight, oh my goodness.
1-3-1 still coming from the Maroons. And when we say that 1-3-1, Aja Beta starts in the backcourt. Here's Sprick driving, missing a shot. He starts in the backcourt as the only man while the rest of the 3-1 is in the front court.
Yep.
Aja Beta back to the top of the key. And
it's a long 1-3-1.
Indeed it is. Left side, right side, check it out. Taylor's back in the ball game. Skips over left side. This is one of their taller lineups outside of Abby being out there. Aja Beta, Taylor, and then inside with Freeman. In the right corner, shot taken, no good. Weak side, Freeman was behind the Devils, and the Devils are going to be whistled backing him up. The weak side rebound came flying.
I didn't see that.
Camden Brown, they're saying he was wrapping him from up front. Camden his first. Fourth for the Devils in this quarter, 4:33 left. Baseline for Taylor and the Maroons. That's Trayvon Taylor, not Sean Taylor. Long pass came out. Ralph Wires has it. Ralph behind the back. He'll back it up. Back to the top of the key. BL3 brings it into the free throw line and does a good job out high on Awar as he's got him basically behind him. That's his second foul.
Well, and to be honest with you, that was all about Ralph Wires coming down, 1-on-3, pulling it out, making a good pass, and working it around.
Ball goes into the right corner right away, and BL3 hits it. Now that one went all the way around the world before it went in. 21-9, Devils by 12 now, halfway through the second quarter. Abby with the ball to the left side, Aja Beta. Back to the top of the key, Arur. Freeman, 5 on the perimeter until Arur goes inside. Freeman stopped at the free throw line. Taylor comes to get it. Doesn't look like they've got anything going on screens and getting the guy open on the perimeter.
And the Blue Devils are matching up like I was thinking.
Abby drives the baseline, misses the shot. Double pumped it. Thomas with a rebound. Here comes BL3. He stops, fires, good. BL3 stopped at the line that time, and it's 24-9. Coach Taylor wants to talk about it. He wants a full timeout as BL3 with 12 points. And Coach is probably still thinking about that play on the other end, which I got to agree with him. It was an and one, and I'm not sure if they called traveling or a foul. I didn't see a foul, so it might have been a traveling call. But that looked like a sure and one.
Brian, another thing Coach is thinking about is like, I used to be on the other bench over there, and we used to have it the same way right now with us going on the run. So he knows exactly what's happening here, with the momentum and whatever. Great timeout. Coach does a good job. He's going to try to set him up, get a good play here, get a good set, maybe get a three-point shot, get it back to 12 instead of 15, with 3 minutes to go in the game. So we'll see. And Coach does a great job, so we'll see what they come out with.
And, of course, the Devils, as Coach mentioned before, other teams prepare too, and other teams are good. And the Blue Devils are good. He knew it. He had the scouting report. Last year we played 2 good games, and he had a heck of a team. I mean, obviously state ranked, but the only 2 losses in the conference.
Well, when you have 2 Division I kids that come off of your team, and one starting in the Big Ten, and the other one's like the 6-man, 7-man coming off the bench and contributing, you have one heck of a team.
Indeed you did. Moline has the basketball, 3:25 and counting left in the first half. Devils have the lead 24-9. Taylor moves the ball right side. Aja Beta over to Abby. Abby looks inside for Taylor. Wasn't there, although he did have Keyshawn up on his hip. Freeman with the ball, tripped. Brown almost lost and went for it and ended up out of the play briefly. Taylor trying to work one-on-one. Thomas knocked the ball away briefly. He gets in front of the lane. He gets Thomas in the air. Thomas didn't look like he made any contact, but you can't get in the air. That's what Coach is telling him. Stay on the ground for Thomas, his second foul. And the Devils, the fifth one in this quarter, so the last 2:57 will be 2 shots. That one was 2 anyway, as Taylor was shooting.
I thought Keyshawn did a good job moving his feet, but kind of bodied him up, when he went up to the basket. So, and to be honest with you, those are 2 big bodies that are colliding now.
And to get him in the air with Thomas, he needs to realize, don't go up. If he goes up for the shot, he goes up for the shot. But if you stay down, that's great defense. You're putting him into that position. He played such good D and then had to get off his feet a little bit.
Very little. Taylor's one of those players that, last year you looked at him as a sophomore on the state team, and then, Claver, the kid from Sterling. Those are the 2 that I looked at. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yep, exactly. When you said that, I was thinking. I talked to Coach about Claver earlier and about that, Coach Taylor. And timeout real quick by the Devils as they had the ball caught. So it's a 30-second timeout, but.
Claver and Taylor, those 2, if you wanted to start a team in the Western Big Six, you take those 2 dudes, and let Quincy have their team, and you take those guys and a few other guys, it'd be a heck of a game.
Give me Lucas Austin, too.
Well, give me Lucas,
Claver, and give me Taylor. There's 3. Boy, I tell you what, we got a pretty good team lined up there already.
Oh, my goodness. Well, at least need somebody to handle the ball and get them the ball.
Yep.
And it would be okay.
I did a quick to the conference. I couldn't think who that might be, but they'd probably be on our team, quite honestly.
Well, yeah. It's one of those things to where, God, the all-Western Big Six team this year
will be a nice squad.
Oh, my goodness, that'd be an all-star team.
Devils have the ball in the last 2:40 of the half, leading 24-11. Wires on the right side near half court. He's waiting for the double team. Sees a triple team, actually, when you get Lewis sneaks out there.
Look at Sprick, he was open.
He was in the high post. Wire still has the ball over there. A little too much dribbling.
Not the elbow, yep. Oh.
Right side, Camden Brown. Camden starts to drive. And a touch foul out there. I don't think it was on the post, was it?
It's on Freeman, I believe. Number 5. Camden's a little bit too quick for him.
Actually, it was on number 3, which was Lewis, his second foul. Shot from outside, BL3 missed. Rebound, it will stay with the Devils as we've got an offensive foul on the rebound.
What a great defensive half for the Blue Devils. They've given up 11 points and played, 14 minutes.
I think that was a 3rd foul on somebody there, too, and that would have had to have been Ajabeda with a steal. But on the other end, Camden Brown with a block shot. They will call him with a body. So for Camden, his 2nd foul. Devils are beyond the bonus. Heading the line will be Ajabeda. Venablo Ajabeda.
Well, and that's the one thing when I watch basketball nowadays, stopping the ball at half court or shortly thereafter. But today, these kids drive all the way down and they get in the lane, then they kick it out and whatever. No, you got to stop the ball. Blue Devils didn't do a very good job on that defensive possession.
First free throw was good, his first points of the night. Devils got 4 guys in on the lane with 2:04 left in the half. Second one no good, long rebound comes out, and screening out the shooter was Ralph Wires. He got the rebound.
Let's finish these last 2 minutes, maybe going about a 6-7-0 run. That'd be nice.
The flurry we like at the end of quarters and the beginning. 2-guard front again, BL3 and Wires near half court. Sprick started to go up, now he takes the right wing. Tries to dribble through it, ain't gonna make it, but he gets into Mark Louthan, who just checked in the game. Louthan with a good, strong move, and he used his left hand to shield the defense.
Nice pass by Sprick.
Left side, Freeman drives baseline. Freeman did a nice job of going all the way in to score, but like Coach said, somebody get up for the charge. Let's get to Jeremiah.
That was Camden Brown's charge again.
Brown takes it up, kicks it right side. BL3 from 20-1. Oh, it was in and out. That was pretty well in on both sides of the rim and then pops out.
Everything he shot tonight looked like it was going to go in, so keep shooting.
Yep, he's got 4 of them that have gone from outside the arc. He's got 12. We've got 1 minute left first half action. Maroons with the basketball. Devils with a 12-point lead.
Well, we not got the 7-0, but we're stopping them from scoring, so I'm good.
Devils will do that as we're under a minute here. Ajabeda comes right side. That's Lewis. Lewis has Camden Brown on him. They go into Taylor. Good help by Louthan, though. Better help by Wires, who knocked the ball away and stole it. Here comes Ralph, coast to coast. Oh, Taylor swatted that ball off the glass. He was the trailer.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Freeman's shot, no good. Good rebound by Camden with 30 seconds left. Well, Wires beat his first two guys, and it's the third guy coming down with that swat off the board.
Always right. Oh, my goodness.
The only good news was nobody scored, and we got the ball back. Down to 18 seconds and counting. Camden Brown and BL3 out high.
Let's get a good shot here.
Louthen working the high post. Left corner Sprick, right corner Wires. 8 seconds. BL3 starts. Oh, and he tried to do a no-look pass. It was tipped, and here comes Taylor down for a two-hand dunk, and that is not how you wanted to finish the first half. As the Devils still lead by 10, 26-16, but after their 15-point lead, they get outscored the last few minutes, 7-2.
Well, and I was thinking it was going to be the other way around. You know, if the Blue Devils would have come out with a 6-0, 7-0 run, take it from that 12-point lead up to 19, now we're down to a 10-point lead, and, you know, we've given, you know, the Maroon, you know, they think they can come back and win this game at Blue Devil Gymnasium, so we're going to have to come out hard in the third quarter.
Indeed, and we do that, but it was 12 points. We're trying to push it to 14. It ends up going back to 10, so a halftime score, the Blue Devils 26, the Maroons 16, and, of course, you're listening to Blue Devil Basketball on mechasportsco.com. Yeah, Bruce, are you there? How many minutes we got?
Oh, take 4 minutes off, Jeff.
I'll see
See you in 6.
Jeff, I'll see you in 6 minutes. We had to do that the other night. David's like, what?
And, of course, we're here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. It's halftime, and joining us along here, we got Don Krim from Muddy River News and Sports. He's writing the article tonight, and we got our former producer, Bruce Terstegi, from Game Night. Bruce was our game night man all these years, and we've enjoyed him, and he came out tonight for the supper. And, Bruce, who was the supper sponsored by tonight? Who was the supper sponsored by? Do you remember?
Here, you talk to him.
Well, thank you, here. I'll put Bruce on for a second here. And here's Bruce. Hey, I love it. He's behind the mic. We don't get that much. Do you remember?
Right.
You got the one headphone turned around the wrong way over
That's
here on
right.
this side. Like our old broken one that we had that are still in the bag.
He's not used to that. There we go.
So, you went to the dinner tonight. It was bratwurst and everything. Do you know who the dinner was sponsored by?
The
Tennis team. Okay,
Tennis
so
team, yeah.
Mike Terry was down there. I saw
Yeah,
him, and
we
you
did
mentioned
see Mike.
John Groves, of course, was down there with his wife, and he's got a wing injured right now. But
Right. I didn't see John, though.
John was down there
But he
talking
was
to
down
me.
there, yeah.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
leaving. As you were coming in, he said, I got to get out of here before Terstegi comes in. So, and it was all good.
Because he's going to eat everything.
And John, of course, was a big baseball man in his time. So
Right.
now is that men's and women's or just the women's tennis?
I think it was men's and women's.
Okay, awesome.
I believe.
And, of course, Mike Terry's done a great job with that program for a lot of years out
Right.
there. And,
He's been at it a lot of years. Yeah.
well, we appreciate you coming out here and joining us tonight, Bruce. It's been a long time.
Well,
Usually you're behind the scenes, so it's always nice when you come out
I'm
and
just
see
happy
us.
you're letting me sit up here with you professionals. You know what I mean?
Well, Coach Pettit, he's the royalty up here,
And
so you
wearing
can
this coat.
hang it out here too. That's a nice looking coat. We always enjoyed that coat out here. Of course, that was our game night days and that, and Bruce was our producer. So, hey, have a
Thanks,
great second
Jeff.
half too.
Appreciate it.
All right, and of course, Bruce is part of the staff here at Quincy High as he is out there now out at Lincoln Douglas. Is that what they call the school out there on? Yes, that was the old Monroe. Yeah, I can't remember out there. Was it old Monroe?
Yeah, Payson Road.
Yes, on Payson Road. Thank you. A little history lesson brought to you by Bruce Terstegi and the security department. K through 5 is out there. Thank you very much. And at one time, it was Stratman's wife, I believe, was out there as the principal.
What's that?
Stratman's wife was the principal at one time. Who was the principal out there?
Trowbridge.
Oh, okay, Trowbridge, yes. Yes, Brian. Yes, Brian, of course, a Quincy High guy that spent some time in Hannibal, I believe. So look at that. It's amazing how much we learn here at halftime during a pom-pom routine. And we're going to learn
And
more.
we can watch it right here. Yeah,
Exactly.
we're
So
good.
In a commercial right now.
Yeah, that's it.
we got the commercial. We heard everything. We heard it all out here. So halftime, Devils started off 2-2, and it was 4-4. And the Devils went on a run of 11 points. He got up 13-4, and then the Devils gave up the last bucket of the first quarter. It was 13-6. Devils up by 7. Second quarter went back and forth until the Devils opened up by 15 as they led 24-9. But then all of a sudden Moline came back with a quick three. Devils did hit a shot, but then they gave up the last four, and it's a 10-point game, 36-26. And looking down the way, BL3's got 4 threes. He's got 12 points in the half. Twice inside we've hit Keyshawn Thomas for buckets, and Camden Brown hit a bucket and 4 free throws. He's got the only free throws in the first half. He is 4 for 4. On the other side, we allowed Moline to be at the free throw line not until the second quarter. They right now are 4 for 6. So matched up there, 4 free throws and 4 three-pointers. That's matched up pretty good. 4 made three-pointers.
You know, I tell you what, the key to the Blue Devils' first half, they're suffocating defense. I mean, they have gotten after everybody. The matchups that Coach Douglas has set up with Keyshawn guarding Taylor, that has been a key. How many has Taylor got? How many has Keyshawn got? Probably even.
Taylor's got 4 right now.
And how many's Keyshawn got?
He
4?
is 4 as well.
Okay, hey, those two guys play even. You know, the Blue Devils win the basketball game. And they've also done a great job, you know, on Freeman, because he comes in averaging, I think, 17 points a game. And Camden Brown's done a heck of a job defensively, you know, against Freeman.
Freeman's got 6 so far in the ball game. And, of course, Bruce, while we're talking about this right here, your former color guy for football, Hanson, just came down the steps a minute ago. You know, Jim, of course, he's an attorney here in town, and always good to see him. I saw him, Coach. Yes, indeed. Sean Seacrease was the play-by-play guy. And, of course, we saw Hanson last week when Coach Pettit and I were leaving the gymnasium. All of a sudden, we saw Hanson there, too. So,
But at that time, we had the 2 broadcasts split.
exactly. You always covered the AM
I
side.
was the QND guy.
And Rock Dog was the
QHS.
exactly. That's where Hanson was doing the that side. So, well, excellent. He didn't have to give you the headphones there. I mean, now you doing the second half with me if he's given up?
No. I'd leave that up to the professionals.
There you go. And speaking of the extraordinary producer, which we had for all those years, was Bruce Terstegen. We had loved telling everybody out there in the Tri-States. Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, I miss you guys.
I miss you too, I tell you. All right, now we missed Coach Pettit. We'll get him back in here too. As Coach Pettit comes back in the second here, I was going to mention we have the Mutual Admiration Society. Is that right?
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Well, hey, other action going on tonight in the Western Big Six. Only one of the games, because this is a makeup game on this Tuesday night. Quincy and Moline. Alleman is hosting Galesburg. So in that game, you expect Galesburg to probably be the winner, but somebody is going to get out of the basement. Right now there's 3 teams at 1 and 8, Galesburg, Alleman, and Geneseo. So the winner of that game gets to jump out, and they'll be in 6th place.
Well, we'll see what happens there. I mean, Galesburg, I think, has more talent than Alleman, but Alleman plays very hard, and they're going in the right direction. So that could be a very tough game, especially at John Moore's Gymnasium.
2:45 left. It's kind of funny. Taylor's out here with his team, and I wondered where the Blue Devils were, but we still have 3 minutes before we come.
Well, and speaking of Don Moore's Gymnasium, we'll be there in a couple of days watching the 8th-ranked Blue Devil girls. Well, they're 8th ranked now. The rankings will come out
Thursday,
before they
Wednesday
play.
night, yes.
So, 8th ranked, they've been playing very, very well, and they're against a powerhouse in 2A. Alleman, they're, 21-3, and I think they're ranked 3rd or 4th in the state, if I'm not mistaken.
In their class, which is 2A on them?
Yeah, that's going to be a heck of a game, especially up there. I know the Blue Devils beat the heck out of them down here, but I think Alleman will be ready to play that ball game.
And their coach told their AD up there, Mark Vanetta, he had said, we just don't play good down there, and they came out and just kicked our tail early in that one. But don't expect that up at Don Morris.
Well, no, it's going to be a physical knockdown, drag-out battle up there, and that's the way it usually is, when Quincy High plays Alleman, whether it's boys or girls. So that's going to be a fun game to watch on Thursday. And then Saturday, we'll be at the pit for the QND shootout. Got a couple of great games there with Lady Raiders and the QND boys. And then Saturday, it'll be a battle for the Western Big Six Girls Championship. Hopefully, if Quincy High can get by Alleman at their place, with the East Moline Panthers coming down here to play Quincy High. And last time we were up there, it was, 64-62, if I'm not mistaken. And East Moline won in overtime. And they've got like a 6'4" girl and a 6'3" girl. It's like, okay, that's going to be a tough matchup. And East Moline's in 4A, they're getting points. They're getting votes. So, I mean, they're 13th, 14th in the state.
Yeah, it was 56-52.
Okay.
And
overtime?
Brown and Foley had 13 and 10. We had a chance to, and that was the night Brad Dance was home with his mom as she was sick.
Yep.
And Coach Bergman did a great job out there, and Coach Wellman did a great job. And, you know, they got the big Awoo girls. So our wrap-up then is tomorrow night, it'll be at the pit. QND Lady Raiders will take on the Saukeys tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Well, I forgot about that one.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Thursday night, Coach had it.
Stuff.
And Thursday, Coach had the game down Quincy High at Alleman, the girls.
Yep.
Friday, we had the pit game, too, that we forgot about. Friday, we go Clopton girls at 6:30 against the Lady Raiders, followed by Madison against the boys at 8 o'clock. Then on Saturday, 1:30 is that girls game he's talking about here at Quincy High against East Moline. And then we turn around that night for the two games he did mention there, as we got Oakeyville.
Well, yeah, Oakeyville
state tournament.
State tournament champions last year, if I'm not mistaken.
You are right.
I think they're ranked third in 2A this year. 15 and 7. So they played one heck of a schedule. And then you got the boys playing West Winchester, West Central, who's ranked fourth in the state 1A. So we'll have state-ranked teams playing out at the pit, basically all night on Saturday.
That's going to be a good one there. Coach did talk about Oakeyville. They are third right now from the last one we had in 1A. So starting the second half out, it'll be Maroons basketball. With the ball will be Abby. Taylor's also in there along with Freeman, Ajabeda, and Aurora. I'm still working on that one. He's got the ball in the right corner. Back out high, 4 on the perimeter. In the high post is Taylor.
And you'll probably be working on that one the rest of the game.
Well, I'd just like to see, I would have had him on my roster in print. We had guys from Batavia showed up, that we already had a 20-team roster.
Oh, yeah.
This one was even crazier. For the Devils, of course, they got Wire, Sprick, BL3, Brown, and Thomas to start the second half out.
Starting lineup, basically.
Indeed, Devils by 10. Right side, Abby. Looked inside for Taylor, comes back out high. Skips out, Ajabeda. Those two tall guys don't play down low much, but they're awful skinny, too.
Yep.
And they're not real shooters from outside. Ajabeda goes out to the left corner, gets the ball, checked out the right corner. He's got BL3 on him. Bradley letting him shoot. He won't take it. Back out to Taylor. Running off 45 seconds and counting for the Maroons of this quarter. And you hear the student section over there calling out boring. Here's a shot and a pull-up and a three-pointer. Taylor heard it and decided, hey, I'll pull up with my southpaw three. And that's 7 straight points for the Maroons, who have made this a 7-point game.
And if he's going to start hitting the threes, watch out.
I know, because he's tough inside. We're going to have to come out and get him. And he takes the ball to the hole. Sprick from the left corner. 3. Good. Tyler Sprick hits his first of the ball game.
Now, those are the open spots against the 1-3-1 down the corner if you make the extra pass.
Taylor was over in the same area. Sprick closed down really nice there. Ball in the left corner. BL3 is allowing those guys to shoot. The big guys, 24 and 34, you're not going to see them shooting too much. At least down out from around the outside arc.
They're more slashers and get the offensive rebounds.
I would say so. Abby being worked with Wires. He falls on the ground. Wires trying to get the ball. Here comes BL3, picks it up. BL3 goes in for the layup and the score. Bradley got a step ahead of his man there.
Good decision. I think he was going to try to dunk that sucker, but he laid it in instead.
And the nice thing was he knew the defense was coming behind him, too. He could feel him breathing. Inside 6 minutes, third quarter, 31-19. Devils with a 12-point lead. Maroons with the basketball. Freeman starts the drive. Braden now kicks it out. Ajabeda was coming, and Ajabeda did a great job when he went the baseline. We had him guarded, but he did a ball fake. Sprick left him, and that gave Ajabeda the easy layup.
Can't leave somebody 4 feet from the basket. I don't care if he makes a ball fake or not.
There's a good pass inside. Camden Brown driving from the right side, went short corner into Thomas. Thomas right in front of the basket. It bounced twice on the iron, but he will get to shoot 2 free throws. Keyshawn, his first of the night.
Good take by Camden down on the baseline, and then Keyshawn dropping down, had a wide open look, rolled around the rim.
And Awar, number 24, his 3rd foul, so I imagine he's going to need to sit at some point. Thomas hits the first free throw. Good job by the Devils. No substitution setting up for either team. 2 for 2. Devils are 6 for 6 on the night. Lead this ball game 33-21. In the right side, Taylor back to the top. Freeman will go left side. That's Abbey. Man-to-man still coming out of the Blue Devils. BL3 stays off his man. Awar goes back out high and over to the right side to Taylor.
Good defense by Camden Brown down on the block on Freeman.
Devils doing a good job of keeping the ball on the perimeter. Freeman in the right corner. Does a little fake. Camden Brown's got him. Tries to go inside. It's tipped away. Thomas picks it up and out to Wires. Ralph, the crossover. Ralph, the finger roll, good. And Ralph just picked up a second gear there when he got around him and took him to the hole.
Ralph did the chopping out on the wing also, and then once again the ball was free. He took off. Easy transition layup for Ralph Wires.
35-21, 4:40 in the 3rd quarter and counting. Here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Aja Beta with nobody taking him out there. They're like, you want to go out there? You can have it all day long. Into the high post. Handed off to Abbey. Abbey went inside. Now he kicks it out to the right side. Aja Beta. Oh, his 3 rolled in and out. It looked good. Rebound BL3. Off and running. Into the right corner. Camden Brown sets, scores. Oh, and a 3. He's set, and before he scored, he was set up in good position.
Once again, the paint touches and then kicking it out.
Inside, Thomas takes away from Aja Beta. Thomas is going to go coast to coast and does. Keyshawn showing the move, and Sean Taylor wants to talk about it as the Devils just ran off 9 straight points and got up 19.
Defense by Sprick down here, stripped the ball away, passed it up, big fella running the floor. Easy layup for the Blue Devils, up by 19 now with, how much time we got?
3:57.
3:57, okay.
I like that. They
know where to look at.
Well, the thing is they take the other screen down the other way, and right now, by the way, there's a pulled pork dinner on February 6th out here from 5:30 to 7:30. That is a Tuesday, and that is here, Alleman here, I believe. The Devils play Alleman on that Tuesday, I believe.
I may not be here.
So I'll eat for you there, but that's a pulled pork dinner. Pulled pork sandwich, potato salad, chips, green beans, dessert, and a drink. And I imagine like tonight it's probably $10, and it goes to a good cause. They didn't show me on there who's sponsoring that one. We'll try to get that to you. As we mentioned with Turf Stadium tonight, told us about the tennis team. Timeout by Sean. You know, we start the 2nd quarter or the 3rd quarter off. The first 3 was hit by the Maroons. That gave them a 7-point run leaving from the first half, made it a 10-point game, and the Devils up 31-21, back to that 10-point. Just get on it from that defense after those 2 free throws by Keyshawn.
And in the Blue Devils, the way they win ball games is on the defensive end and then transition offense and getting the easy shots. And gosh, this has been a clinic here in the 3rd quarter against Moline.
Out of the timeout. Sorry about that, Coach. Out of the timeout, Dom Clay comes into the ball game. Here's a shot from outside. Wood Carey. Carey and Clay are similar. Missed the shot. BL3 got the rebound. Right place, right time. Back in that 1-3 win. Now Taylor's at the point of the 1-3-1. In the left corner, Clay started to make a drive, kicks it back out to BL3. Bradley goes right side. Wires has got it from 23, no good. Clay tries to come in, and Clay really didn't have much contact there. That was a nice rebound by Freeman. I think on those, let the play go, but Clay's going to commit his 3rd foul. More importantly, I think that's the first foul on the Devils in the 2nd half, and we've got 3:15 left in the quarter.
Little bit too much dribble for the Blue Devil. I like the better see, pass. I mean, you had about 5 or 6 dribbles in there if you made the passes. Might have been a little bit more open shot or make the extra pass for a layup.
Devils staying in that man-to-man. Ball on the right side with Freeman. Sprick picks him up now. Back to the top of the key, right side Taylor. Trying to post up BL3 on the block. And that was Olmstead who came into the game also after the timeout. Good drive to the basket. No good on the shot. Olmsted got the rebound. Not good D on that. And weak side, Freeman gets it. And Sprick fouls. Didn't seem to have good position once the ball went from side to side. And it's good, and Freeman will have a chance at an and one.
I think that might be the first offensive rebound I've seen from Moline, tonight. So the Blue Devils have done a great job on the defensive glass and then kicking it out and going.
Sprick, his first foul in the ball game. Free throw is good. So a nice and one there coming out of Freeman. He's got 9 points on the contest. Devils still lead 40-24 with the basketball. Right side, Clay. Oh, rolled in and out. It did a 360 and came popping out. We've had a couple of those. Of course, BL3 made his. Maroons with the basketball in the set.
That was a good wide open look.
Oh, they go into the block with Taylor. There was a triple team. BL3 was playing him. Clay and Thomas both came down. And what we don't like to see is slapping down, but Thomas slapped down on the ball, knocked it away. And I think when Taylor picked it back up, he was out of bounds. Either way, the Devils were heading the other direction. BL3 now coming out of that 1-3-1 with Taylor on it. Over to Wires on the left side. Sprick's in the left corner. Wires picked it up a little too soon, so Sprick had to come help him.
You got to attack the Z's.
BL3, no good on the three. And I believe Olmsted came out and fouled him at 23 feet. Well, nope.
So.
That's what I thought, but then they actually called one down low.
BL3 at the free throw line for a three. That'd have been a good deal.
Foul was called on Carey. It's his second foul, and the first foul for Moline, so the Devils will have it on the baseline. Sprick gets it in, BL3. Boy, he was double-teamed. He was falling out of bounds as he saved it. Clay got it, and then after he got back up, he hits the three. BL3 fell out of bounds, got back up. Everybody forgot about him. He drills the key from the left corner.
How could you forget about BL3 after you knock him down? You got to stay on him.
Exactly. That just is amazing there. Freeman starts the drive. Cameron Wires in the ball game now. Tips the ball away. It goes back to the Maroons.
Good help side defense by Cameron.
Taylor Lewis also checked in for the Maroons in that last break. Here's a lob inside, and Freeman's going to get the lob. Nice pass by Olmsted from the left side. Freeman gets the bucket. Cameron Wires, our shorter guy, got caught on the weak side for the foul. It'll be an and one possibility for Freeman. He just had one a moment ago.
Looks like a play I used to run.
Well, it was good looking, and you saw it develop there.
Oh, yeah, with the backside screen, the lob.
Free throw goes and good. So Freeman hits back-to-backs. He's got 6 in the quarter. He's got 12 in the game.
And Moline stretched out this 1-3-1 to three-quarter court.
And the Devils, I almost put a 3 there instead of a 2. Devils lead 43-27 by 16 as we approach 1:15 and counting to that 1 minute mark of the third quarter. Here's Dom Clay from 22. Oh, off the back of the iron. Looked like he was falling back a little bit on that shot. Still looked good. With 1 minute left, Maroons had the basketball.
I'd still like to see the paint touches, but that's a coach talking.
Yep, and then come back out.
Yep.
Taylor's on the block, trying to work against Thomas. He kicks it back out. Left side, three-pointer. First one by Taylor Lewis, the sub in the ball game. 43-30 inside a minute. Devils lead cut on these last 2 baskets. Basically had 6 straight points. Devils were up 40-21 by 19.
A little bit too much dribbling by the Blue Devils. I'd like to see more passing, maybe a couple screens against the 1-3-1, get some open looks.
I say Devils, when they were dribbling into the 2-man and 3-man.
Yep.
Down the left block, there's a double team. Thomas
Good,
squeezes
strong.
through the double team. Good, strong move there with the left hand. That was a pretty shot there.
Oh.
45-30, 7 seconds left in the quarter. Carey's got the ball, trying to work against Clay. Kicks it out, stepping up for the 3. Oh, and Taylor hits the 3 at the buzzer, and he had Thomas with defense in his face. He hit 2 threes in that quarter, and we have played 3 quarters. Your score, the Blue Devils 45 and the Maroons 33. And, of course, you're listening to Blue Devil Basketball on mechasportscode.com. Here we are back in action at Blue Devil Gymnasium here. Interesting quarter for the Blue Devils. They gave up 16 in the first half. They gave up 17 in the third quarter.
And what the defensive intensity was not near as good, the third quarter as the first half. So Blue Devils got to pick it up here in the fourth quarter because they've let Moline hang around. I mean, we've got, a 12-point game going into the fourth? That's 4 possessions. So, and these teams are going to go up and down the floor and get after it. So we'll see what the Blue Devils do. I think they need to execute a little bit more, attack the seams, kick it out. I mean, we haven't had a lot of paint touches. It's been bringing it down the middle, throwing it out to the wing, and jacking a three. Let's get the paint touches, working the ball, make Moline's defense move, and then get the wide open look.
The only good thing about the third quarter is we outscored them 19-17, so we did have a 2-point outscoring there. Going into the fourth quarter, Cameron Wires is starting at the point. Cam Brown, Keyshawn Thomas, Dom Clay, and Camden Brown. Is that right? Yes. I was looking for BL3 out there. Hold on. He is in the right corner hiding. He was down there like good shooters do. He was hiding. We could have got him. Inside from the high post to the low post to the left corner. That went Thomas to Clay to Brown. Back on the perimeter. Back into Thomas. Good turn. Off to the right side. Off the glass. Keyshawn, strong move inside.
Good quick drop step by Keyshawn on that possession.
Keyshawn's got 8 in this half, 12 in the ball game. Devils back to a 14-point lead, still playing man-to-man. Around the perimeter, 4 on the perimeter. Almstead at the high post. He steps out now, top of the key and gets it. Hands it off to Freeman. Freeman looked at a shot. Hesitation. Spins in on BL3, and BL3 was getting into Freeman. Maybe just a little too much, and that's why the official blew the whistle and made the call. And so Bradley, it'll be his first of the game for the fourth quarter. Devils first, since we just started the fourth.
Well, I was going to make the note of BL3 because he guarded him for probably about 45 seconds very well. Last 2 seconds, not so good.
And, he kind of tried to slide into him straight up and say, I was up, but he got into his space just a little too much.
Well, and, to be honest with you, I think Freeman's a little tired from all the running he did to try to get open, on that particular possession. And, first free throw was short.
Second free throw rolls in and out, pops in and out, actually.
Yep.
So Devils dodge one there inside 7 minutes, leading 47-33. Cameron Wires, the shuffle pass inside. Thomas, by the time he got it, was off balance a little bit. His shot was swatted by Taylor.
I think, Keyshawn was a little surprised how well Cameron attacked the 1-3-1 zone on that possession.
I know, and the ball came to him pretty quick.
Yep.
Maroons with the basketball. Freeman at the top of the key. He's got BL3 on him. Taylor comes over kind of for some help. Now he leaves and comes down here in the left wing. Right wing is Ajabeda. Starting to make a move against Clay. Slapping the ball again was Thomas. Ball got free. Clay gets it. Here comes Cameron Wires. Bounces from the left block. Oh, and a good job by Camden Brown slashing from the right side to dip down. But when he came back up, couldn't get the ball over the iron.
Nice pass by Keyshawn.
Oh, that was. And it was a good finish by Brown. Just didn't get it to go. Inside 6 minutes left in this one. Sean Taylor up in front of his bench wearing his black pullover and his gray slacks. As we always give the fashion of the coaches. Most coaches are wearing them like we are, our Mecca Sports pullovers.
We need somebody to sponsor that. The coaches.
Find a dress shop. There you go. Trying to think where the good places are. Schickings. There you go. 5:34 left in the ball game. Devils lead 47-33. Not much happening. Devils are doing a good job on the perimeter, keeping the ball out there. Lewis and Taylor now back to the top of the key to Freeman. Freeman wants to work against BL3. It comes left side. Wasting some time here. Maybe he's being patient, but not really gotten anything out of this. Freeman starts to go baseline. He's trying to work BL3. He works him in and gets a shot off. Camden Brown gets the weak side. Surprised how far he pushed him in. Clay fakes the shot. Then he takes the shot. Faked the pass first. Then he came over with an air ball. Dom Clay did a good job with the ball fake in the right corner to Wires. But then when he came back to set for the shot, he didn't have his legs under him. Came up short, but Keyshawn was right there for the ball, and he gets fouled on the rebound and the putback. He'll have 2 free throws.
Not a good decision by Dom, but, Keyshawn on the opposite side of the glass and in their battling gets the offensive board.
Are you saying that might have been a pass?
No.
I didn't think so.
That was not a pass. Not even close. Dom was trying to put the ball in the hole.
Exactly. 5 minutes exactly in this ball game, exactly twice there.
But once again, Dom could have, brought the ball out and then passed it in to Keyshawn for an easier look at the basket.
Keyshawn hits both free throws. He's 4 for 4 on the night. 49-33, Devils by 16 for Keyshawn. 14 in the ball game unofficially. Devils back in their man-to-man. Wires. And Wires went for the fake for the steal, and then he did go for the steal, and Cameron goes coast to coast and misses the layup. Cameron made a fake at the pass, and then he went for the pass, and I was surprised they still threw the ball to him. Taylor from the left side, no good. Wow, Freeman came down the lane, the ball bounced out front, and Freeman dunked it with two hands. That was pretty quiet when he just snuck in there.
So somebody missed a assignment, on that block out.
Boy, and definitely there. He was all alone there. Approaching 4 minutes left. Devils still up by 14. Cameron Wires passed the shot, BL3. He passes up the 23-footer as Taylor and a Ward comes out. Right side, Clay's going to fire again. Dom's shot is just off the front of the iron this time. Taylor for the Maroons. Stops at the top. And he tries to throw it inside. Clay does a great job. That's twice Clay has missed a shot, but come down on defense to get the ball. Thomas lost the handle on the ball, and somebody stole it. And the Maroons will not get it. Ajabeda tried to track it down. It's out of bounds. But I love that. The last couple times Clay has missed a shot. A lot of times, if he doesn't get back, he's on the bench. This last two times, he's been back on defense for a steal.
Well, what we need to do is, to make sure we have, patience, on the offensive end, which, Cameron Wire showed great patience because he could have got in there, jacked the three. Passed it to BL3, then he passed over, quick shot. Take the ball, take it to the hole, get to the free throw line, finish this game out, like we did, against Batavia. Finish. Last 3 minutes.
Dom went out of the ball game. Substitution. I believe Tyler came back in there, so Cameron Wires, Sprick, Thomas, BL3, and Brown into the high post. That's actually the top of the key. Thomas starts the drive but has it knocked away. Luckily, Sprick tracks it down.
Patience.
It was a steal. Actually, it was tipped and was right into Ajabeda, but Ajabeda lost the handle, tried to release it out, and Sprick stepped in and stole the ball again. So nice job by Tyler.
Good timeout by Coach Douglas. I mean, they were getting, and I know my favorite word, discombobulated, but they were getting, a little bit off kilter, on their offensive set. He calls the timeout. Let's set up a play. Let's get righted. Let's get a good basket here and start the last 3 minutes in the right direction.
I know, 3:22, so we played 4 minutes and 38 seconds in this quarter.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got a 4-2 ball game. It has not been much scoring in here, and defense has been there.
Well, the Blue Devils defense for, the whole night, has been tremendous. So they hang their hat on their defense. Their defense gives them easy baskets going the other way, and then they've executed on the offensive end.
6 points in the first quarter the Devils gave up, 10 in the second. That was only 16 and a half, but then gave up 17 in the third quarter at 33, but they've got them right now at 35.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things to where I bet Coach Douglas had something to say to them between the third and the fourth quarter. It's like, okay, you guys have done this, this, and this. Let's go do this in the fourth quarter, and they've shut them down.
Done a great job there. 3:22 left in this one. Moline came in 19-4, 7-2. They've lost a couple. Of course, DeSmet was overtime, I believe Coach said.
Yep. And losing at the Rock Garden by 2. That's a tough loss, but tough place to win.
Devils had another use of 30-second timeout again. Wires got the ball in, went right down to Cam Brown, and Cam was double-teamed right away, and he was stuck.
You can't throw the ball into the corners. You got to throw it out, reset your stuff, spread it out, and get the ball to the people that need to be shooting the free throws at the end of the game, because Moline's going to start fouling here probably in the next minute and a half.
3:17 left after that 30-second timeout. We looked down the way here, and you mentioned it before the ball game, Coach. We always joke around about we love the tuba people, tuba players.
We got one.
Only one tonight. Only one tuba player can make it out on a Tuesday night.
Well, and he's not dancing very much, so we got to go talk to him.
He's been a little quiet. Somebody didn't tell him you got to pick it up for everybody else. The band's doing a great job though tonight, as always.
We need to have him come down the sideline here in front of us. That'd be good.
Do the Nate Devil kick there like he does.
Oh, yeah.
all the way into the backcourt. Cam Brown gets it. BL3 now bringing it up against. Now you've got.
I mean, you should just spread the floor, make them come out and play man because they don't want to play man.
You got Carey now at the point of the 1-3-1, and down low, Aja Beta with a little more height, but you also have Thomas playing the baseline. BL3 came around the right side. He liked the three, took it, no good.
Not a good shot.
No, a little quick there, especially with Thomas working inside. Left side on the wing. That's Carey. Brown picked him up. Ball skipped over to Abbey. Inside 3 minutes in this one. Abbey goes down. He's working against Cameron Wires. Wires stops him on the short corner. And then Abbey steps on the line. That's about the third person that stepped on a line tonight. Got to know where you're at. You can't take that step back. Carey's going to come up, pick up a little farther up. You got Freeman, Abbey, and Taylor at that next level. Back is Aja Beta. Wires out here with Loncourt with the one guard front. You bring out two guards on offense.
Should be shooting layups and free throws right now.
Sprick in the left corner, pass the three up, but he can't let the double team. Instead, he had Thomas posted up. He liked that Brown was down on the opposite block, and they zipped it through. Moline touched it, and actually this official here must have saw it because Coach Brown's pointing, but the guy down low got the call, and he gives it to Moline with 2:20 left. Devils still up by 14.
Bad decision, though, on the offensive end.
Threw it right to one guy and to another. Ooh, there's a big screen on Wires. Right side shot three, no by Freeman. Weak side, good job by Camden Brown on the rebound.
Walk it up.
Here comes BL3. We have 2 minutes left in this game. Triple team coming here. Somebody's got to be open, especially with the double teams. Sprick does a great job of coming to the high post and getting that ball. BL3 tries to dribble through people. And it was a steal. And then I believe Taylor, did he double dribble? I mean, it looked like a pretty good break down the court.
I don't know what happened.
And at half court, I thought the official did this two-hand push down.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
So either way, the Devils get the ball back with 1:50. We're not gonna argue with it at all. 49-35. Make sure you stick around for the post game. We'll break down this game and the stats. Give you a player of the game, and we'll talk to Coach Douglas. Lazy pass in front of Taylor. And I'm going to tell you what, you cannot do that with Taylor. Tyler tried to go over the top of Taylor. He tipped the ball straight in the air. I think we touched it last after that. Maroons basketball again.
He's a player. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Not a pretty quarter, but thank goodness we're playing some good D. Freeman over to the right side. Carey has it. Devils stay in that man-to-man. Taylor steps out at the top of the key on Thomas. Left side, Abbey. Abbey did a little head fake. He'll take it to the right side. It's in the right corner. 4 in the perimeter. Taylor works the low and high post. Now he's in the high post. He's got Thomas on it. Other side. Carey goes to drive. Good job there. Wires almost stole it. Brown almost stole it. Then the shot went to the weak side, and Thomas said, no, BL3, that's my rebound,
well,
and brought it down.
almost tried to steal the rebound from Keyshawn. That wasn't going to happen.
Keyshawn strong inside. We got 1 minute left in this ball game. Goes down in the short corner. Good spin move by Thomas. He gets inside. Count it. He'll get an and one. Keyshawn worked hard from the left side. Went to the right side. Got back in front. Good move. Foul was called on Abbey. And it's his second foul. Only the second foul in this quarter. Olmsted has not scored. Exactly. Keyshawn with only 4 in the first half. He had 6 in the third quarter for 10. He's got 7 in this quarter.
Hit all his free throws.
First 17, yes he has. Good job there, 52-35. Taylor deciding he's going to take over. Taylor gets inside and scores. I'm surprised Taylor didn't do more of this early. In the third quarter, Taylor had 2 threes.
It's because 42 was guarded.
That is right.
That's the whole thing. I mean, you have big body on big body, and Keyshawn did a great job tonight, moving his feet, defending, keeping Taylor in front. I mean, if he hits threes, you're happy with him hitting threes because he's not underneath the basket dominating.
Indeed. And, of course, in this game, he had a bucket in the first quarter. We only gave him 2 free throws in the second quarter. Third quarter is where he hit his 2 threes. And then the fourth quarter, that's his first bucket. So while he has 12 points in the ball game, he has not been a factor. And remember, he was a factor last year.
Well, it's been a hard 12. Last year, even with the 2 D1 prospects on the court, gosh, I think Taylor was maybe the best player on the team. You know, and that's with 6'10" Freeman and, you know, the Harding kid that's, gosh, I mean, he's getting meaningful minutes, you know, for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Taylor was tough in both of those there, too. You told us the hard 12. Is that 2 6s when you try to roll the hard 12?
Is that what it is? I have no idea. I don't gamble.
Boxcars.
Hey, well, I take my wife and let her gamble, and, you know, I have beverages while she gambles.
When you started telling me
That's the nature
Boxcar,
of the beast.
I thought of Boxcar Willie. Not many people know that one. Boxcar Willie.
That's an old one there.
38.9 left. Devils 52. Maroons 37. Devils are going to improve to 22-2. More importantly, 9-1 in the conference, and they will be tied in first place with Rocky.
Bring it out.
Devils bring it out as they had a chance with a 2-on-1, but wow. When you're trying to just protect the basketball, you throw a ball to a guy moving, and it flies out into the stands.
I would say Coach has got another gray hair, but he doesn't have much hair on his head.
Oh, and I'm sure he's not very happy. I'm sure that, you know, the quarter here, we played good D, but it's been kind of an ugly quarter, but when two good teams play. Maroons will have the basketball. 30 seconds exactly in this one. I would imagine the Maroons should attack as quick as possible. You're not going to get a 15-point play. From the right side, Freeman. He tried to make a pass. It was tipped by Thomas again. BL3 got it. BL3 goes up, and BL3 throws it down. You don't see Bradley looking at that much. Usually it's Dom trying to do that.
Did.
Yes. And that time BL3 realized at that point, little exclamation point as
icing on the cake.
There's the buzzer, there's the red light on the backboard, and there's your final. The Blue Devils with a big victory here at home on our makeup game against Moline. It's our first one. We still got to go back up there, I believe, February 9th, I believe, on that one on a Friday night. I'll double check that in the post game for you here.
Tuesday and Thursday, I believe.
Well, that's Rocky. But up there with Moline, we go Thursday, Friday with the girls. But only 4 points for Moline in the fourth quarter. Devils with a great victory out here, 54-37. And as we mentioned, we're back at the top of the conference, tied in there with Rocky.
Well, and other than the third quarter, defensively, the Blue Devils were outstanding this evening. Holding, I mean, Taylor, he ended up with 12 points or something like that, but they were a hard-earned 12. Keyshawn did a man's job on him tonight, moving his feet, battling with a very physical, very athletic 6'4" kid, Trey Taylor.
Yeah, and of course Freeman did get his points out there, and Taylor was, all 12 that he got tonight were tough points to get.
My goodness. If it wasn't for the 2 threes that he threw up there, that, gosh, he would end up with 6 points. And, I mean, Keyshawn did like I say, you can't talk about as much as he did, tonight against Taylor.
Yep, I'm looking at the scoring here. It seems like I might be floating a point here somewhere here. We'll check it out later on, but it's on their side, which I always like there as well. So the Devils pull out the victory tonight. They're 22-2, 9-1 in the conference. For Moline, this is a 3-game skid, I believe. That's kind of rare for them.
Oh, yeah. But
it's who you're playing.
It's who you're playing. Like I say, the Big Six every night. You go on the road, it's going to be tough. But playing DeSmet, traveling down to Pinckneyville to play DeSmet, that's a long trip.
Oh, indeed it is.
Coach Taylor's got them playing the best competition they can play, so they're ready at the end of the year for the state championship.
Maroons actually end up 19-5 right now. Can't get to that 20th victory here, and they are 7-3 in the conference. And of course, the Devils led 13-6 after one. Halftime 26-16. Third quarter opened it up 45-33, and then won the ball game 54-37 by 17. Did have a 19 at one point. Then of course, Moline, good ball team that they are, came back and picked up some points. But good ball game for the Devils, and now from Tuesday, you look at Friday, bring East Moline in, who can be dangerous. They just beat Sterling, and then turn around on Saturday and go up to Normal West to take on East St. Louis, which is always tough.
Well, East St. Louis, I believe, is ranked 9th in the state, 3A. Once again, polls are going to be coming out. Things can change with who they play. Like, if you look at their 4A polls, I think the top 6 teams lost last week, including the Blue Devils. So, and Moline, ranked 10th, they lost. Well, this will be their third loss since the last poll came out. So, but once again, this Moline team, I think we'll see them in Pico. Well, in Pickett, I think you'll see Moline, normal. Well, and I haven't looked at the brackets yet, but normal community. Collinsville, Quincy, and then probably Moline are going to be your 4 teams in the sectional in Pickett. That's going to be a fun time.
And I would say one team did not lose in those top. Well, and they were from Aurora, Waubonsie Valley.
Okay.
They did win last week. They were the only team in those top that
and they're
won.
undefeated, so they may be number 1 next week. But I don't know. Curry's awful good. Homewood Flossmoor, I saw that group of kids play when they were in 8th grade, and up at a AAU tournament. And, I looked at the guy that was coaching them. I said, well, where are these kids going to high school? Homewood Flossmoor. I said, well, I'd like to be their coach. Because, at 8th graders, they were 6'4", 6'5", with a couple of quick guards that run them down the floor. So, you kind of had a feeling after seeing them, 3-4 years ago that they were going to be pretty good. So, winning the state championship in 4A is going to be a battle.
And I believe, too, Downers Grove North, who is also ranked up there, has to play Homeward at least twice maybe. Yeah. They had like 3 tough games out there. But, that's what the key is. You're going to play your good basketball out here at the end of the season, and we're going to play your best basketball when postseason comes around. And, of course, the Devils are playing on all cylinders here. Our only losses, and if you look at it, if you write it from Sterling's standpoint, you just gave Claver the award for his 1,000th point that night. First time Lucas Austin gets to play, and those two against us, and those two go out and just have a heck of a game. And with a 3-pointer at the end when we said, let Claver shoot threes, he hits a contested 3 at the end of the game. So you put that one in there, and then, of course, the Collinsville game, 2 ranked teams that were undefeated at the time in a championship on their floor. So not too bad so far for the Devils.
Well, yeah, they've risen to the occasion. Now we're coming into the home stretch here now. So, we got to finish strong, in the Western Big Six. We need to, I know your favorite song, Taking Care of Business, but, tonight against a very good Moline team, they came out and dominated them on, the defensive end of the floor. Keyshawn was tremendous tonight, against Moline's kid. And, if he keeps doing that the rest of the year, I was a little bit worried about him tonight. If Keyshawn would be able to stay up with him, because he's a pretty good athlete. He's a big, solid kid at 6'4". But Keyshawn did a great job tonight.
Indeed, he did on both ends of the floor. So looking that way, let's look at the Maroons first of all as they fall to 19-5, 7-3. I'm missing 2 points in the second quarter. I will pick that up a little later on. But right now, unofficially, I've got Braden Freeman. He had 14 points in the ball game. As we mentioned, Trayvon Taylor worked his tail off to get his 12 points tonight, and he had 2 threes in the third quarter. So we didn't give him many close to the basket. After those 2 guys, you had 3 guys with 3 points. Now, there's somebody else that's getting the 2. We'll find out who that is. But a 3 from Taylor Lewis in the third, and the other 2 are a bucket and a free throw, and that was Aja Beda. He only had 3 points. And then also Arthur Abbey had 3 points as well. So a pretty good job for the Devils, especially 6 points in the first quarter, 10 points in the second quarter, 4 points in the fourth quarter. That's how to close out, especially after you gave 17 up right before that. And the Devils only giving up 37 tonight. Good stuff. On the other side, for the Blue Devils, who improved to 22-2, they are 9-1 in the conference right now. They were led. BL3 with his dunk got ahead of 2 points out of Thomas. He's got 19 points on the night. And then, of course, he had 5 trays. His first 4 shots were from outside. He felt it. And then Keyshawn Thomas had 17. Keyshawn was 5 for 5 from the charity stripe tonight, as the Devils were 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Who is that silent guy down here? And so that's 17, 9 points out of Camden Brown. Then we drop down a 3-pointer by Tyler Sprick, 2 from Wires, 2 from Clay, and 2 from Louthan, who came in with that nice left, and that rounds out the 54 for the Devils.
Yeah, and like I say, it was a battle in the fourth quarter defensively. Blue Devils stayed even after they worked their butt off in the first half. It's one of those games to where great win. You got a state-ranked team coming into your place, wanting to, take that extra step, to get up there where Rocky is, because I think Rocky's only got 1 loss.
Right,
also,
we are
if
tied
I'm
with
not
Rocky right
mistaken.
now.
You know, so it's one of those things to where to keep pace with Rocky, we had to come in here tonight, take care of our home business, you know, like we had. And I've always said, you got to win every game at home. And, you know, now since they have got how many away games? 8?
Away games for what?
For the Western Big Six, because it's the Western Big 8 now. So,
yes, so you got
7 away games.
7 away and 7 at home.
You know, so you got to go 5-2 on the road and then win all your home games in order to be able to compete for the championship.
Sounds good. Bruce Terstegi, thank you for stopping by tonight and joining us here.
We'll talk.
And thank you for supporting the tennis team as we were out there getting the brats and all that. And, of course, Tim Tappy's out here hanging out here. And Tim, a Blue Devil, but Tim also a good friend with Sean Taylor back in the day when Sean was here. They were neighbors out on 43rd Street.
Sean is probably one of the most popular, you know, Quincy High coaches that we have had in a long time. You know, and gosh, wherever he's gone, ever since when he left Quincy, he went to Jacksonville, turned that program around in a couple of years, you know, and then he went to, you know, Moline, you know, and once again, state championship with 2 different teams. Very, very short list of coaches that have done that.
Indeed, at 2 different levels, too, because Shelbyville was Class A at that time.
Yep.
We had 2 classes at that time, I believe, maybe, or was there more? Might have been more because that wasn't that far back because we had broke up there. But, yeah, it was great to see Sean, and the Devils just did a great job out here as we talked to Coach and, you know, again, getting your defense. And a Tuesday night, you know, since the schedule in the conference, out of the 2 teams.
These should be Friday night games. I'm sorry. You know, Moline and Quincy should be a Friday night game. Quincy and Rock Island should be a Friday night game. You know, Quincy and Alleman, Quincy and Geneseo, those should be Tuesday night games.
Well, your only problem with that, Coach, first of all, they set the schedule out, but your only problem with it is there's only so many Fridays in a season.
Let me do the schedule.
And, yeah, and the way they got it now, which is really nice, they've had the girls and the guys in the same week playing in the same place, or at least the same team. They may switch, and a couple of them have been where one of them's come, you know, away and one's gone home. But for the most part, the schedule is set up like we come up to Moline later on. On Thursday, we're in Moline for the girls. On Friday, we stick around for the boys. And so that works out really good out there and for the scheduling. But and I do know on Tuesday nights it's tough, but good crowd out here tonight.
Very good crowd.
And when you got Moline, too, I don't care what night it is, you're going to get people here. And the only problem is we did not get a score across town since there was so much excitement here as we had Quincy High and Notre Dame girls. We'll get a check on that. And if we get a break before we get away from here, I might try to find that score out as well because we wait for Coach to come down here in the post game. Usually you're better at that than I am, but
let me take a look here.
Oh, wait a minute here. I'm even better because Mrs. Cash, Frank Cash, is here. His wife is on the board over there, and she will give me the book, and she has. So now I need to – only problem is that with her, I'll need to double-check to see if she sent me the varsity or only just the JV. I've got the girls over here coached with – wow, that can't be right. I've got 24 points. As we'll double-check this, Coach, I've got one score so far, and I got to double-check this. (47-24), but on the first one, Coach, I got it was 47-24, but I couldn't tell if that was the varsity or if she's sending me the JV. Give me one more check here to check the lineup out here. Well, everything I got from what I see.
Varsity?
Yeah, it is.
QND over QHS?
No, Devils over them 47-24.
Oh, my goodness.
Or 47, yeah, from what I see, 47-24.
I thought that would be a closer
I said 8,
that.
but I also knew we've been following both teams. And the Blue Devils are girls have guards. They've got 3 guards. The Raiders have Bueller and Stratton at guards. They're good. Inside, Peeper's good. We got some height inside, you know, between Eversman and Hummel. But, boy, Foey and Brown are just so strong.
I mean, as far as combos go, like I say, I haven't seen any combination of girls and or boys that have made bigs, that have made passes, you know, elbow to block, high-low, like they have all year. And it's been easy shots. It's been good, great play between, a young freshman and a senior.
Well, and you've got the Devils. Of course, the Devils are good at defense. So the 24 doesn't surprise me for the Devils scoring in there. Way to fire that out there. The Devils don't surprise me for 24. Only 37 points. That's a good defensive night over there for the Devils. And now joining us, of course, powered by Kunis Honda and Hyundai, Coach Douglas. Congratulations, Coach, on the victory out here. We finally got to the play in Moline. I imagine you're very happy with quarter 1 defense, 6 points. Quarter 2, 10 points. Quarter 4, 4 points. Third quarter, you probably had something to say after giving up 17 points.
Yeah, I mean, not exactly what we were looking for, but that's a tough team. With the bigs that they have on the inside, they do a good job of finishing, strong players. I give a lot of credit to our guys that are coming out, with the intensity to guard. The defensive focus, the discipline that it takes defensively against a team like this. They played, a few more points in the third, but they played really well tonight.
Well, and of course, you look at it, Taylor, he can be a player. We only gave him 12 points, and that was the hardest 12 points he had to work for. Right. 2 of them are from the free throw line, and he had to hit 2 threes from outside. I thought we did a great job on there mixing it up. And I know Thomas inside. Keyshawn's playing a man on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he played great again tonight. One of the things that impresses me most about him is the fact that he's not, I've said this before, a black hole where the ball goes in and it never comes out. But he also doesn't whine and cry about it. He picks and chooses his opportunities, and the guys have done a really good job of searching for him because they know the type of finisher he is. Didn't do much early in the game, but then turned around and fourth quarter, late in the third, fourth quarter, put some points on the board, got to the free throw line, played really well.
Well, and of course, BL3 got in a roll where his shots, everything he shoots looks like it's going in.
Yeah.
So you tell him to keep shooting. And then he got to capitalize at the end there with a rare one. You see Brown or Clay getting out, they're going to try to dunk. BL3 usually doesn't, but he put the dunk down late in the ball game.
He's been hoping and praying for that for a long time. Luckily, he got his mom's hops. But, no, he played a great game, man. He was focused in, ready to go, and had a little extra motivation tonight and took care of business.
And the other thing is looking and watching the maturity. We've been talking about the maturity of these players throughout the year and the Wires and everybody. Dom Clay's been one of those we've talked about. Dom did hit a shot tonight, I believe, but then when he was missing, we know where that can go. But both the times he missed, he got back and got a steal on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing a change in pace with Dom. And I know it's frustrating. I mean, I've been there where shots don't fall, not too often, but I've been there where shots don't fall. But, he's done a really good job. Where it used to affect him, he'd spend a second or 2 seconds and slap his hands and be upset about it and not get back. He's quickly putting it behind him, getting back on the defensive end. You're seeing a little more pride in what he does on the defensive side of things, and we have to have it. With him in the game, the spark that he provides, obviously you see it on the offensive side of things, but if he can guard the way he's been guarding lately, he's going to be a dangerous player, and we're going to be a dangerous team.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I thought that Keyshawn on Taylor tonight was the key to the game.
Well,
he outplayed him. Well,
yeah, you came on loud there, baby.
Yes, I did. I'll talk soft. He outplayed him, offensively, defensively. Basically, I thought that was the key to the ball game.
Yeah, there was a lot of motivation with Key Garden, playing against him this year, and I thought he did a really good job of keeping his head all game. And then again, defensively, he was solid. He played physical. And then, we had guys off the ball helping out. Tyler played off the ball and was in position to double at times and just be a presence there, so he wasn't getting easy catches deep in the paint. I mean, he's a tough player. If he catches it 2 feet in the paint, he's most likely going to finish those, and we didn't give him too many of those opportunities.
And I didn't want to go too much more on Keyshawn, but one thing I noticed with Keyshawn tonight too, when he helped, he knocked the ball free 2 or 3 times, and it was, again, we always hate the slap down, but he was wide there, and he made some real good deflections.
Well, he's gotten so much better, and a lot of these guys have gotten so much better at defending. There was just, not major things defensively, but just little things defensively that he's grown over the course of the season and it's making him a better on-ball defender. It's making him a better help defender. I mean, you saw they like to set a high ball screen and slip those, and Key was in position, was there to hedge, was there to show, but also knew that he was slipping and got to it, and just a great defensive effort.
Yeah, you play defense with your feet.
Yeah, right.
Not
right.
with your hands, not reaching in. You play defense with I thought you guys did a great job, on the defensive glass, not giving them any offensive rebounds because they were going at it hard. And aside from one possession you had down here where you gave up 3, you guys did a great job tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting to take a little more pride in finishing possessions. It's tough when you spend 20 seconds, 25 seconds, 30 seconds defending and do a great job of defending, and then they throw up a shot and they get a second chance opportunity. And again, with their bigs inside, they're catching and finishing a lot of times. So I thought we did a really good job of finding bodies, being physical on box outs, and then going and pursuing the basketball.
And speaking of finishing, finishing the last 3 minutes of the game when you're up by 10, 12-ish.
Right.
Right there. You guys did a good job of pulling the ball out, being patient, making the extra pass. Now, you had a couple of turnovers in there, but I thought you did a good job of finishing tonight.
Yeah, no, I thought, Cameron Wires comes in and provides us with a little bit of spark tonight as well. And when he wasn't on the floor, we weren't getting the guy. If I knock this water bottle over one more time.
Here, you want to knock this off?
I'm going to have to get a bleep button on here. But he came in and wasn't a guy that was just going to sit back and keep the ball above his head. He wanted to attack gaps and create. And I thought he did a really good job on that. The last play of the game, he leaves his feet and in transition. They got guys getting back. But, other than that, I thought he came out and played really well.
Well, it's back to work here tomorrow at practice. You got a couple of days, and then we go East Moline, who, you think, but they're dangerous. They just beat Sterling.
Yeah.
Everybody's dangerous. And when we've got a target on our back, and then we've got East St. Louis on Saturday. So a pretty good 1-2 punch for the weekend.
Absolutely. We've got a couple of days to prepare and get back to it. But, no, this is a good start to a tough week.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, Coach, and look forward to a great weekend.
All right. Thank you, guys. And,
of course, that's Andy Douglas. His comments were brought to you and powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai on that one. Sorry that, Coach, we didn't quite have the plug-in all the way in initially, Coach, so when I finally plugged it in, man, you lit up the board. I love it. As we get ready for wrapping up here, we always like to get Coach. We switch out the headsets out here. So our final 54-37. Devils now are 22-2, 9-1 in the conference. Moline 19-5, 7-3. Players of the game, and I'm saying players because I got a feeling we're going to have more than one.
Well, my player of the game is Keyshawn. The way he defended, Trey Taylor, and plus, took it over on the offensive end in the second half. Shooting the free throws, working his tail off down in the. In the paint, down on the block, did a good job. Teammates did a great job finding him down there, and he finished around the hole. Bradley Longcourt, he shot well tonight, handled the ball well, and when he handles the ball out front, we take care of it, we get good shots, probably, I'd say 85% of the time.
So you got Keyshawn in for the MVP. I'm going to put Longcourt in there with him, 17 and 19 points respectively. As a team, they did a nice job. Keyshawn with a little harder work inside, but still 2 good games. And that's a Devils victory every time is a team victory.
And Longcourt did a good job, shadowing Freeman. Basically, he started on him about halfway through the third quarter, and held Freeman down to, one bucket and 4. So, Freeman's a big part of their offense, leading them with, 17 points a game. So Bradley Longcourt did a good job on the defensive end also.
Good job, Devils. Get ready for Friday. And, of course, Mecca Sports listeners, we got a whole week full here. On tomorrow night, we'll be out there at QND for the Lady Raiders in Pittsfield. Thursday, we'll travel up to Alleman for the Quincy High girls, and then we'll pick it up for the whole weekend. 2 at the Pit on Friday. Got the big matchup with the girls at East Moline on Saturday here with 2 more games out at the Pit as well. So that's a busy week of basketball. Right now we start off 1-0.
Well, Saturday, we've got at the Pit, we've got state-ranked teams coming into the Pit, to play the Lady Raiders and the QND boys team.
Sounds like a winner there, Coach. Fun tonight. Get your sleep and be ready for the rest of the week.
time to go.
There you go. Coach Pettit right there. And, of course, for Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. The final here at Blue Devil Gymnasium as the Blue Devils beat our former skipper, Sean Taylor, tonight, and the former state champions. Well, they are going to be until the end of the year.
10th-ranked Moline Maroons.
Indeed. So on all levels, it was a good victory for the Blue Devils. Your final here at Blue Devil Gymnasium, Quincy High 54 and Moline 37. You've been listening to Wellman and Pettit right here on Blue Devil Basketball, MeccaSportsCo.com. Good night, everyone.